It's the 21st of January 2025, and this is the first time that I am reporting on positive news about the Carlton Football Club going into the season. So finally, we get some good news, and that is, of course, that Adam Saad has signed a 1-year extension with the club, and that'll keep him with us until the end of next year. My first reaction to it was, only 1 year. I am not sure about the mechanics of the deal and whether or not there's a games clause in there as to whether if he plays, 18 or more games, he automatically gets another year, or if it's just a single year and we enter negotiations at the end of this season. So positive news, like I said, we've had nothing but crazy news and bad news when it comes to dick pics and injuries. So this is a great one. And I think Adam Saad never gets enough plaudits and never gets enough acknowledgement for the person that he is more than anything. I think he's easily overlooked. He's so consistent and we can oftentimes take him for granted. I think him as a player, reliable, consistent, as I said, available. He did have some injury issues in 2024, but for the most part, he's been a durable and reliable guy. I think with him, I've always watched him and always wanted more from his role. He was an All-Australian in 2023 as a defender, obviously, and it just seems like when he has the ball in his hands, good things tend to happen more times than not. And, with the news of Nick Newman recently being out for the season, my initial thoughts were around, a youngster like Lockie Cowan or Ollie Hollands. But we have so many options, and I think Adam Saad is a perfect example of someone who can play a role similar to what Nick Newman had and has been doing for us. And so I'm not so worried as much about the replacement. Obviously sad for Nick Newman, but with Adam Saad now signing a 1-year deal, we can put that one away. That's one down, and there's about 15 or so to go, I think it is, who are out of contract at the end of this season. I also wonder if giving him a 1-year deal is linked to our need to get other deals done. We still haven't had formal confirmation around Tom De Koning, whether he's going to sign. We know that Sam Walsh's contract will come up next year, but that's something you probably are planning for now, given the stature of Walshy in the side. So back to Saadi. I think a man who uses his platform and uses his power for good. And there's a lot of people in this world that will tell you how good they are and post about how good they are and talk about how good they are. But this guy shows it. His actions do all of the talking. I'm not a religious man myself, but I have a lot of respect for anyone who is and anyone who can have faith in something greater than themselves and stay true to those values and live those values day in, day out, year in, year out. And I just think he's just a great human to have in any change room, and very grateful to have him at Carlton. Good people are hard to come by, and I just get the feeling Saadi's a good one. So very happy for him. And we obviously did a video on him a few months ago, just looking back at the pick swap that we did, or the trade that we did for him. He's currently played 86 games for us, but there was a time, do you remember the time when there was a debate as to whether Nick Hind was better than Adam Saad? That was fun. I think he took a year or so to get comfortable at the club, and then I think from pretty much 2022 onwards, he's just been one of our better players. So it's been a good deal overall. He's been an All-Australian, as I mentioned, and glad to have him signed up for another year. What did you think when you saw the news that he had signed a 1-year deal? Were you curious around the length of the deal, or were you just happy that it got done? Do you think this is a policy maybe for a player that's over 30? Is this just something that we're going to see more of? Interested to see your thoughts around the deal, but more than anything, some positive energy and some positive news about Carlton. Finally, long may it continue. There is and there has been a brief update on Harry Mackay. with his injury. I won't touch on it too much on this video. Kind of just waiting to see if there's an official diagnosis, but seems like he had a bit of a knock. So we'll get to that. Let's chat about Adam Saad in the comments below and go from there.